Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Late Entry, hosted as always by Bachelor Party Kyle.
How we doing, late entry family? Roll. We are feeling it this week.
And your boy Double Dose. Um, how was your 4th of July, man?
You know, uh, hung out there in Ann Arbor, Michigan, with none other than Double Dose and 10 other of my closest friends. Had a dope ass fucking time set up by Blue Collar Golfs and Starley. Just absolutely cooked on the whole front of I mean they planned 3 golf tournaments. They somehow got all my friends together and nobody bit each other's heads off for an entire weekend. I'm incredibly grateful to have spent such amazing times with you guys, talking all the shit with you fuckers, losing in random freaking drinking games to you guys. I mean, it was a blast.
Oh yeah, you had to run me that money. You had to run me that money
Yeah,
twice.
a couple times.
Beer pong, golf.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take too much credit for the golf though.
Yeah, hell no, you can't. You got carry. I looked over. I said, "That's the Vibes team." I said, "They're all gonna get." I was like, "Spencer's just gonna be sitting there cracking jokes, and they're all just gonna get along the whole time." Jared and Tony are gonna be swinging their asses off. I was like, "We're fucked." Once I saw that team,
you just gonna say Nick and I did nothing? That's crazy. Were you some of my boss?
Yeah, basically.
Were you some of my boss?
Oh, okay.
I had some drives.
I basically. I'm like, yeah, the black guys on the team ain't doing nothing out here in golf.
Hey, look, man, between Nick and I, we put up a little Tiger Junior performance.
No, Nick can swing. I mean, he's not the
you
best
act like
with the
you
driver,
golf
but
with me on the first day, bro. Like you know that.
no, you were swinging too. You surprised the hell out of me, bro. You downplayed the shit out of yourself. Like, I'm gonna be terrible. You're gonna be sitting here. You ain't even gonna want to do a podcast with me after this anymore. Like, you were saying everything under the sun. And then you stepped out there and hit a drive like 200 yards on the first hole.
I got out there around all them white boys. I had to show out, bro. I couldn't be out here disrespecting the community. I had to let them know what it was. Both days, career days, dog. Those are the 2 best days I've ever played in my life. No driving range practice, no practice beforehand. Haven't played golf in like 1.5, 2 years. I had to show out. Let y'all know what it was. Shit ain't sweet.
Hey. And I'm gonna, I'm gonna stroke my own ego here. I was like the 7th or 8th hole when we were out there, and I finally hit like a perfect drive. It was like my first one of the day, and you were like, "Oh damn, it's like that! Like, you can hit it like that." I'm like, "I told you I love this game. Like, this is why I play."
Oh yeah, you were the best golfer that I have seen with my own eyes, like in person.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. I fucking appreciate that, bro.
I was like, "Oh, this is who I'm out here playing with." I can't believe that we as a team beat you on the day 2. That was crazy.
I know you guys played. I mean, Jared absolutely careered that Saturday. He today was so mad. He shot like a 53 on his own golf ball, and the whole time he's like, "Why can't I be doing what I was doing Saturday?" And like he was so rattled.
I can tell you why. The missing ingredient wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
that
look,
means you gotta move back, bro.
All I'm gonna say is this. I was on your team on Friday and we won. I was on Jared and Tony's team on Saturday and we won. And today I was not there and they both played and he played like shit. So
that's true. That's true. You are a good luck charm, that's for sure. You are the only one. Actually, I think you're the only one that went undefeated on the weekend, because there were anybody else that won twice, like myself, played all 3 days. So I won Thursday, and so did Thomas. And Thomas did not win Friday because you, me, Jared, and Nate won Friday. And then you won on Saturday and you weren't there for Thursday. So you were the only one that went undefeated. And Jared lost Thursday to me. So Kudos to you, bro. You're undefeated at Kyle's Batch Open.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is this. Sometimes all you need for some success is a few good jokes and some clutch putting, and 1 or 2 good drives every now and again.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, bro. There were so many times that I did not want to hit that putt where it was like breaking like 6 inches to our right or left, and you just stepped up and you nailed that fucker. So
you should have drafted me on Saturday.
I know. I had an obligation to fulfill in round 2. So, but it was there was some tampering taking place.
No, well, we ain't tampering. We won. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Anyways, we out here at 4th of July. Saw no fireworks.
Yep.
We grilled on Friday, not even on Saturday.
We didn't even grill Saturday.
We did nothing.
We did nothing.
Nothing.
We played cornhole and we played cornhole and football. That's pretty American.
Yeah. I mean, hey, good points on that.
But you're right. I wanted to go see a fireworks show, but we got back to the house after golf, and it was just kind of like the vibes. Everybody wanted to just chill there. So I was hoping and praying that we'd get lucky, and like one of the neighbors over like
that's the crest of the house about out there.
There was nothing in the whole neighborhood around all them white folk,
surrounded by a bunch of white people with property, and not one of them had fireworks. That's what I was very underwhelmed. I was like, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. This is the 4th. Which actually brings me to our first actual topic, which is about fireworks. So every year this kind of comes up, this topic, and I'm going to read this tweet to you, and then I'm going to ask you your opinion, and then I'll go with mine afterwards. So this is at Dr. Sarah Axel Rath. Pros and cons of neighborhood fireworks. Cons. Upsets every dog in a 10-block radius. Keeps neighbors awake. Frightens people with PTSD and anxiety. Risk of fires. Risk of injuries, you and others. Risk of property damage, yours and others. Worsens air quality. Pros. You like it. If you think it's an unacceptable imposition on your freedom to go see a professional fireworks show instead of disturbing your neighbors for hours, then I think you're bad at living in a free society and are much of what's wrong with America. Happy 4th.
Well, this one's tough for me, bro.
Is it really?
I love fireworks so much. Like, it's hard for me to not do fireworks. I love lighting them off. That being said, in the past, I've been trusted when I shouldn't have been, and I've done some dumb shit when I didn't know what I was doing that could have fucked me up. I'm lucky it didn't, you know? So I've heard from
every time
police officers. Look, I'm just saying, I've heard from police officers, this is a serious thing on the 4th of July, man, that I get way more calls on this day. That I'm just saying, I'm prefacing with that, but.
Can I say this real quick to respond to you real quick before you keep going?
No, because you're going to say that I want to play both sides here, and I'm not going to try to do that.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, every time we talk about a topic, you're always like, yeah, I had to touch the stove once or twice, but we're all right. I made it out. You're like, I'm like,
I've been a dumbass.
You're like, yeah, there's always reports of people doing dumb shit. I was the one doing dumb shit.
But I survived.
You talk like an old person at church. Like, man, back in the day, I was terrible. I used to be in all the shit. But then I got right with the Lord. And I've changed my life around.
Bro, this is what... I'm an iPad kid before there were iPads. I didn't have an iPad, so I just had to go turn on the stove and see what it felt like.
All right, continue your point. So I just had to point out the fact that literally it's every time it's like, yeah, I did that, and thankfully nothing bad happened.
That is true.
This motherfucker is Kenzie from Love Island. Motherfucker will explore everything.
I'm living, yeah. I'm not a roster guy, but I seem to always have a roster. All right. So shit. Not all right.
The fireworks. Do
Yes.
you agree with
So
fireworks?
I will never agree with us not doing fireworks, especially in the Midwest. Like if you're in Arizona and shit in the desert, like hell no. Like I agree that you should not be allowed to light that shit off because you're just asking to start shit. It's like 111 there. But yeah, you're up here in Michigan, like you got like everybody knows up here, like if you're smart, you got the precautions. My uncle used to, and granted, he experimented for a while, but like he does like a 4th of July show, and it has become like almost like it has almost become a professional thing. Like as like backwoods as it is, he's like figured out a way to wire one box to the next, and he's got them on like switches, and he's got a whole system now, right? And it's been working for 15 years. If you're smart about it, you know how to fucking run a fireworks show. Like if you are actually passionate about it and you want to do it, like yeah, it's your God-given American right. I say go fireworks, go, but definitely know what you're getting into.
I think her thing is more. I mean, I think that
she's more being like she's annoyed about it, not even the safety.
That's the part that I think that you're not addressing. As I think that she's using the safety thing as like a cover for the fact that she doesn't fucking enjoy that shit in her neighborhood. How do you feel about neighbors complaining about it?
Oh well, I mean, fucking deal. Like
that's exactly where I'm at with it, dog. I'm like, look, she said the words, and it's right here. She said, I think you're bad at living in a free society. I'm sorry, what did you say? A free society? To quote Randy Marsh, I thought this was America. You gonna tell me I can't have 4th of July fireworks? Get the hey, look, it's white people gonna say this all the time. Now I get to say it to a white person. Get the fuck out. If you don't like 4th of July fireworks, you're about as un-American as it gets. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. I get, if you have PTSD or something like that, I'm sorry that you're going through this. Today is not about you, my nigga. It's not about any of these fucking Karens or anybody else.
Technically, it is.
I didn't
in a way, but
I said veterans. I said if you have PTSD, are you scared? Okay. I don't know. You might be from Chicago, group hearing gunshots. I don't know. My point is, shit. Maybe you need to make other fucking arrangements. I don't fucking know, bro. All I know, yes, I'm not. I'm not disrespecting veterans at all.
All right.
What I am saying is that fucking Karen over here mad that her fucking dog won't stop fucking barking. Bitch, you're gonna have to deal with it. This is the 4th of July. The 4th of July is for fucking grilling, wearing red, white, and blue, eating Joey Chestnut gobble fucking glizzies every year, and motherfucking fireworks. And if you and Skeeter want to fucking bring the fireworks out behind your fucking house and shoot those bitches off and blow your motherfucking hands off, that is your fucking right as an American. And nobody can tell you to not fucking light these fireworks up, bro. And you want to sit here and be a Karen and complain, oh my gosh, I live in this suburb and all I hear is fireworks for 8 hours. Why don't you go outside and have a good fucking time? How about that? Why don't you stop crying about it and go outside and feel some fucking community and watch these fucking fireworks?
I agree. I agree. Go and get that. Like honestly, like so many people, I don't know. It's a difference between like my neighbor is blasting music until freaking like 1 a.m. You know, like, and I'm trying to get some sleep, and you know, and it's whatever. It's like August and whatever. It's like the week before Labor Day and he's working on his boat. That's like there's a difference between that and like it is July 3rd or July 4th. It's the weekend and everybody's going crazy. Like it's not just that one neighbor. It's not like and everybody wants to like this is like outside of like, you know, like you said, like outside of like the Olympics or like a World Cup, which we'll get into, this is like the most patriotic you feel as an American, right? Like, put on your American flag overalls, you drink a fucking Budweiser with your dad, and you fucking hug, and he tells you about how proud of you he is. Just still waiting for that one.
This is how I feel like every NASCAR event is, what you just described.
Yeah, literally.
Put your American flag overalls on and drink a bunch of Budweisers and sit out and watch
hug your dad
turn left. And watch a bunch of cars go left.
They're going fast and left, son.
No, but I mean, in all seriousness, I think that people who have this opinion really don't understand the irony of what they're saying. Like, their whole thing is like, all right, you should be considerate to all of your neighbors by not having fireworks. I would counter this with, you should be considerate to your neighbors by not trying to fucking Karen the 1 or 2 days of the year that is socially acceptable.
That they get to go crazy.
If you're playing music loud every single night, a constant annoyance is different from a sanctioned every year. You just know, hey, look, July 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th, you have to hear some fireworks. Then you get 365 days till you got to deal with it again. You can deal with it for 1 day.
How about this, honey? Well, how about this, lady?
So what? You said, let me stop myself.
Let me stop myself on that.
Hey, I respect you for that. That was
she's pissed, but she's making me angry. All right, no, okay.
All right. Niggas want to turn into the fucking guy from Inside Out, the little red guy.
How about this? How about you go and spend a weekend away on the 4th of July, somewhere else, where maybe somewhere where, I don't know, bro, like your local city where there's fun stuff to do, but they're not doing that. They're having a bar crawl, or they're doing go hit downtown.
She doesn't want to be around people, clearly.
No, that's true.
This is not a person that's going to find enjoyment by leaving her home where she wants to be in solitude to go hang out with people. That's the opposite of what this person wants to do.
Where do you go? All right, go to Canada exactly. For the weekend.
Exactly. Where do you go where it's not the whole country celebrating?
Yeah, everybody's
the city or the she needs to find an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere. And she hear fireworks for the next Airbnb. No. Hey, you know what? Hold on. I know where she can go. The Airbnb we were just at.
Oh, yeah, she can go where we were. Yo, we got the place for you in Ann Arbor. Hey, we're not going to dox their Addy, but we can DM you.
I'm going to DM her the address. If you want to avoid fireworks, go here.
We were there for 4 days. We heard
no
fucking nothing. Oh, that's funny.
They said that the day before that I got there, or was it the morning or something? Some neighbor drove by and took pictures of the car in the driveway.
Oh yeah, they took pictures of all of us walking around and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there was a Karen ass neighborhood.
She should move there. It's a perfect Karen neighborhood.
Shit, for her. Maybe it was her, bro. Maybe that was her. She's like, he's renting that shit out now. I perfectly picked a fucking firework-free neighborhood. There's no way.
You gotta get an HOA that says no fireworks allowed.
Yeah.
Bro, you just but
that's again, so funny.
Again, in all seriousness, the idea that hey, you all should be respectful because we live in a society. Yes, that's the point. You, the individual, should put up with it for a day so that everyone else doesn't have to do that. We're already doing a lot of. Let me relax on that. There's a level of your own feelings that are yours and yours alone, and we as a society have to deal with how my feelings and your feelings intertwine and how we can all get along. That being said, if 99% of people for 1 or 2 days want to enjoy something, the 1% should probably just shut the fuck up and deal with it.
So that actually leads, you mentioned if you want to blow yourself up, you have free will, you do what you're going to do. I have a buddy from work that had a hot take, and he said that it should not be illegal to wear a seatbelt because as an adult, once you're over like 21 or something, like once you're like a fully consenting adult or whatever, like if I want to drive with the risk of killing myself, offing myself, I should have that right. If I want to like be that adrenaline junkie, the cops shouldn't be able to just pull me over and give me a ticket for that. How do you feel?
Driving fast or wearing a seatbelt?
Just not wearing a seatbelt. If I'm going, but you're going like, I'm going 70 on the interstate, but I'm not wearing a seatbelt.
When you said an adrenaline junkie, I thought you were talking about like no speed limits.
No, but like, I mean, that's in a way, like, I mean, you're going 70 and somebody sideswipes you, you're cooked if you're not wearing a seatbelt. You know, like
it's the same argument for like motorcycles and helmets.
Sure.
I guess I have two ways of feeling about that. It's interesting. I wasn't prepared for this. It's something I kind of go back and forth with. I mean,
sorry, I know I dropped this one on you.
No, it's okay. It's kind of, I see several sides of this argument, and I don't necessarily know if I have a conclusion for it. But on one hand, if I want to drive without a seatbelt, if I want to not wear a helmet, and I want to accept the consequences of those, why should you have a say over that? But at the same time, sometimes the government has to protect people from themselves. It's a slippery slope of like, what you're entitled to and what's not. Here's the one thing I will say to anyone who's thinking about not doing stuff like that, though, is think about because it's not just an individual that you're affecting with that. Like if you go and drive a motorcycle without a helmet and you get in a car accident and you turn into Humpty Dumpty on the road, it's not just you who has the consequences of that. It's also like, the first responders that have to go there and try to clean up your scrambled eggs off the highway.
The witnesses.
It's also, a car driving by that has a little kid in the back seat, and the little kid sees your brain splattered everywhere. Like, it's probably in the best for us as a society to try to minimize that. But there is also the whole like Darwinism aspect of that too, of like, hey, if you were too dumb to wear a helmet, like maybe
that's on you, bro.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's tough. It's tough.
This just got so dark. We're just joking about carrots and fireworks, and I was like, you.
It just got me. Hey, like you said, it's your prerogative at the end of the day. But like, that is one. I do agree, and I mean, at the end, the guy does wear a seatbelt. Because he's not trying to get a ticket. But and I do advise all of our viewers, you should wear your seatbelt. You should wear a helmet if you're riding a motorcycle.
This guy.
I'm just I'm just trying to cover our butts. If we ever get any sort of monetization and this comes back and they're like, hold up.
I don't think
these guys said don't wear a seatbelt.
Hold on. Two things. First of all,
you never know. YouTube's getting crazy.
I don't think that being anti-seatbelt is problematic. And I don't think it's even the craziest takes that we've had over here. We've said way worse things than I don't care if you wear a seatbelt or not.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, fuck it. Take your seatbelt off right now if you're listening to this in the car.
if you're rocking with late entry, send us a picture of you driving with no seatbelt. I want to see you on the motorcycle going 70 with no helmet. That's how we know that you're a real fan.
Only adrenaline junkies riding in this chat, bro. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
How do you lead out of this FIFA?
Please don't send us those pictures. I will think you're an idiot.
Yeah. We will make fun of you, put you on the podcast, and talk badly about you.
Okay. So I saw, I'm so sorry to whoever posted this that I cannot give you the credit, but this is not me who came up with this. I saw a post yesterday that was like, now look, as Americans, we are always ready to defend the way that we do things differently. We use inches and feet. We don't use the metric system, kilograms, none of that. Okay. That being said, in America, this ain't football. This is soccer. But tomorrow night, for one night only. It's Monday Night Football. Because, the U.S. played Belgium today. And there are multiple storylines to talk about with this. And then we're going to talk about Mbappé for a quick second afterwards. But, what's the guy's name? What's the player's name?
Balogun.
Balogun. Our star player, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably one of the best, if not the best, on the team.
So he was given a red card. And I've seen several people post different variations of this today, which I thought was very eye-opening to kind of think about. In Europe, they have no one expects. I'm paraphrasing again from lots of conversations that I saw online, but basically in Europe, no one expects that things are going to go well. Like you just know that shitty things are going to happen in your day to day, and you just got to deal with them, and they keep it pushing. In America, we do not see it like that. Every time inconvenience happens, it's a problem that must be solved. Either some way to fix it or some way to sue somebody. Like if your bus arrives late, you're trying to figure out who was the bus driver that day so you can report him. Whereas, like in Europe, they're like, well, I got to work 30 minutes late because my bus didn't show up. So that sucks. That's how my day is going. You see it a lot with like the air conditioning thing too. The technology for air conditioners exists. Britain just does not use them.
Yeah,
they just refuse to. Like they're like, nope. And I guess that comes down to a whole there's a whole debate on if you should be allowed to or not, and the environment impact and all that. All I know is over here in America, I'm sitting here in the house that's at 69 degrees, and I'm very comfortable in the middle of the summer. We over 69. Here like to when we have. All right. We over here as Americans like to, if there's a way that we can have less inconveniences or remedy situations, we will not just put up with them. We will take action. And Donald Trump took action today. that man said, I watched the play and that was not a red card. So what did he do? He called up the World Cup and said, hey, we're going to have to talk about this. And lo and behold, they took that red card back. And what's his name?
Balogun
was allowed to play today. And it was
still didn't do shit.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. So, it's just interesting to see like how that's it because other countries are basically saying like if that happened to anyone else, they'd just been like, well, that fucking sucks. But of course, our team's gonna be the one without a guy today. Like you know what I mean? Where it's like, no, we're in America. We gonna solve this shit. And it's funny for two reasons. First of all, the World Cup was basically saying, oh, it wasn't for any political reasons or anything. It was, we reviewed the tape and rescinded the red card. Trump came out and was like, nah, that's all me, big dog. I called him. I made shit happen. You know who I am. And he's funny as hell, bro. He said during his press conference, he was like, well, look, if they beat us, we're both going to have all our teams. We're going to have our full teams. They got their team. We got our team. He basically said like, yeah, well, both of us have our full teams and everything. If they beat us, then congratulations to them. They got to beat us. At the same time, if they beat us, then I'm just going to say it was rigged, just like the 2020 election. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Fucking cloud. And somebody had tweeted and said, this is just like when we were at the Olympics going against France in the championship. And Steph Curry hit like back-to-back threes, and the LeBron fans were like, "Oh, it feels so good when this is on our side." But
yeah, so true.
So he made the call.
America united all together for once.
For once.
Under his administration, for the first time, his approval rating was over 25%.
And other countries are pissed about it, but. I mean, look, y'all can be busy. Hey, people are saying like, hey, the World Cup is always not rigged. What's the word I'm looking for?
I mean, they're definitely shady. They're compromised. Like
So they were like, like the U.S. they don't have any real World Cup like culture, and it's like, oh. We do some compromising shit now too, and it's like, whoa, not like that.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, Messi apparently shoved some guy over and didn't even get a call. Like, and there's like tape of him just two-handing him in the back and just never got a lick of. And then I'm pretty sure they went on to win that year. So it's like, you go back, suspend him. There's no way Argentina goes and wins that World Cup without Messi, right? Like,
yeah.
So
Hey,
I
look,
don't
all I'm
know.
gonna say is we got a fucking dickhead as a president that nobody likes, but that nigga is a gangster. He's been being a gangster to us for the entire time he's been in office. Does whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh
The first
yeah,
time ever that nigga has actually benefited
he's
America.
taking it out on someone else.
Or
He's being
so
like,
we thought. Or so we thought.
yeah.
The Trump bro, this motherfucker is 100%, bro. The Trump curse gets everybody. I don't have the entire
Honestly,
list,
though,
but off the top of my head, bro, came to see the Commanders versus the Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown does the Trump dance. We have a horrible rest of the season, missed the playoffs. The Knicks, on the craziest feel-good story ever, blowing out all of their opponents, ends their winning streak by attending the one game he came to, they lost. They won all the games before, and they won the games after. The one that he attends, lost. Now, he gets involved with this, and the U.S., who's been on a crazy heater, plays their worst game ever, and loses in embarrassing fashion 3-1 to Belgium. 4-1? 4-1 to Belgium. I did watch the game. It just, at some point, it's hard to.
it's too much.
I don't necessarily know if I needed to know that. I want to read this tweet from Van Lathan. This was during the game, but Trump is the curse king. No one fucking with him. Every Kardashian put together can't fuck with him. The Knicks were one of the best stories in sports. Trump then delivered one victory to France. The USA was having a soccer moment until he put his stank on it. Now we losing to a country known for waffles. Unless David Ortiz and Kevin Miller suit up for us, we're cooked. I'm so much more pissed than I thought I would be. I went to the mall to watch this shit.
I went to the mall to watch this shit.
Bro, lost to a country known for waffles. And then they were making fun of Trump afterwards.
Oh man, America's stupid. We suck.
Coming right out of 4th of July weekend, dog.
That sucks ass, dude. That is honestly, I didn't know there was lore around the Trump curse. That's hilarious. But I was thinking, like, of course of course the team's worried about this whole thing with Balogun and Trump and everything, and they're not worried about what's our rotation, and then you're switching it up because now Balogun's back in. Like you've been practicing for 5 days and of course you're gonna get fucking. I already knew it was a long shot. Like somebody explained it to me. I think it was Tove explained it to me of like, look, we get through Belgium, and that's just the beginning. Like it's only gonna get, and obviously that's how the World Cup goes. But like, our schedule wasn't easy from the get go. The fact that we even got to this point as Americans is awesome. But like, I mean, fuck, man, like on our own turf, you want to make a run. You don't want it to just be over in the first freaking, or I guess second round.
It's 2 round of 16.
Yeah, second round. It just was too early, bro.
Well, I mean, as Matt pointed out in the group chat, he said we were ranked number 17. We made it to the round of 16. It's a pretty accurate ranking to me.
Yeah.
It's a pretty accurate ranking to me.
And then they're like, and we'll give you your best guy back for sure. We'll throw that fucking bone to you. And we were like, thanks. Did nothing with it. I feel like in a way, if he didn't get involved, if they would have just let that shit go, maybe we have a better showing. And I know that's a what if, but like, I know how team practice goes. When you don't know if a guy's going to play, and then all of a sudden you find out like day before he's back, no matter how good the guy is, if, I don't know, you've been kind of anticipating all these things, like, you're trying to prep for the defense, and then all of a sudden you're throwing in all these other game plan things, like because this guy's back and he's a focal point of the offense. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know enough about soccer to know how much of an impact that would necessarily have on the grand scheme of things. Like, because I'm sure they've been practicing for months together at this point, or at least weeks. but I don't know. That just sucked, dude. That sucked to just go out like that, bro. And then for him to have a hand in it and to add to the lore of the curse.
The curse,
Man,
dog. That curse goes
the
crazy.
Trump curse.
There's two people you don't want involved with your sports team: Donald Trump and Drake.
Yeah, and he better not show up to a single fucking Lions game next year, bro.
I don't think you have to worry about him going to show up to a Detroit game.
Neither should Drake.
If Drake bets on you, it's all but over. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I know a ton about soccer either. I've been trying to understand offsides basically the entire event.
Oh my god!
I like how the way they break it down. Like they literally show the little graphic, and then it's like, hey, and this part of him right here, over. But yeah, I'm not trying to spend too long talking about this. It was an embarrassing loss. Goalie did not play well. Team did not play well. Shit sucked. That being said, now that the U.S. is out, my loyalties. Well, let me ask you first because I have more to say about it. But now that the U.S. is out, do you still have a vested interest in any of these teams?
I mean, I've always been a fan of Germany, but just obviously, I just meant their soccer team. You piece of shit. They don't like it when you talk about it. Talk about a society that's trying to fucking just completely suppress and forget about it.
Hey, that's what you're supposed to do. I wish that the U.S. had done that shit with fucking the Civil War. Speaking of which, quick detour that I completely forgot about until you just said this. Did you see? You might not have because we were drunk as hell at your bachelor party. On the 4th of July, there was some white supremacist group marching in D.C. holding Confederate flags.
Jesus Christ, bro.
I'm glad you brought the Germany aspect up because that shows how you deal with some shit that you disavow. Do not display any of it here. Do not talk about it. Do not praise it. If you are on that bullshit, you are fucking going to be subject to fucking outcast from society.
100%. Yeah.
The South went to war against the U.S. The Confederacy was an enemy of the United States of America. Why is their flag allowed to be flown? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You have people flying the flag here. Patriotic guys, good old Southern American values. Flying a flag of a country that went to war with the U.S. In what world does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. It's literally like, I mean, yeah, imagine like marching with, I mean, yeah, any other country's flag around there. I feel like they're going to get, especially in this administration, you're definitely getting freaking detained or talked to.
And they
go around with that.
And this administration went back and changed the names back to the Confederate names of certain things and put the statues back up of heroes of a country that went to war with us.
I remember being in elementary school and I had a classmate that his dad had a pickup truck, and on the back of it, he had an American flag on one side sticking out and a Confederate flag on the other side sticking out. And I just remember thinking, like, at that time, even, like, that's crazy. Like, that he's still acknowledging, like, the South flag.
Bruh,
up here. He's up here in the tip top of the North, like the tip top of the Underground Railroad. And he's up here like, what's up, motherfucker?
You having a Confederate flag and a American
I'm gonna pick up my son from fucking basketball practice. Sorry.
If you have on your car or a truck or your home or whatever, an American flag and a Confederate flag, that's like rolling around with a Nazi flag and a Star of David. That does not make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
And yeah, it's an oxymoron.
And the U.S. should have definitely been harsher on the Confederacy to prevent however many years later we still got this shit going on. Like, Germany is a very good example of like how you're supposed to handle some shit like that. That's how you really, I digress. I've gone too far into this.
Nah,
but
you good. Nah, you good. Their soccer team's dope though.
Yeah. so Germany, that's who you're rocking with? They're not in, are they? Aren't they out?
Oh, probably. I haven't been following close enough. I just was hoping that USA got there. I thought that they made it to they might have lost in the round of 32, actually. They might have got upset. So
yeah, bro, Germany's cooked.
Sucks to suck.
Okay.
You got a dog in the race then?
Yeah,
After
bro,
all that?
I'm rocking with soccer Wemby, bro.
Mbappé?
Kylian Mbappé.
How is he soccer Wemby? Oh, because he's
black guy from France.
Okay.
It's just wild to me that I just went from rooting for one black guy from France to another black guy from France. And I don't imagine France being a place with like a lot of black people. I mean, they probably have black people there, but like
for sure,
the last athlete of each that was big is both a black guy from France. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
But
shout out.
Shout out and
all due respect. Yeah.
And all due respect. And I already I'm gonna do my all due disrespect now because it makes sense for this topic. Okay. I don't want to go back to Mbappe later. But
okay.
My all due disrespect is to Celeste Sanadora. She is in the government somehow of, I believe it's Paraguay. And she she said some horrendous shit after hold on, let me fact check this shit. She's from Paraguay. I think that it's Paraguay. I don't want to put that on someone if that's not what it is.
She's alleged.
No, but it is Paraguay. Yep, okay. So she's in the government of Paraguay. And basically she came out after France beat them and said two pretty fucking heinous things on social media. And I'm going to read them to you, and I'm going to read you Mbappe's response. There's another reason that I say that he was kind of Wemby-esque. It's funny that they're similar in that sense because his response to what she said, you remember we talked about like Wemby's like, I will not have to carry the burden of hiding my emotions with Wemby. It's just like a very
yes.
His response to this is just another
after he got super emotional.
Yeah, his Mbappe's response to this was just another one of those like, wow, like this is like a very like mentally elevated response. But let me read these tweets from her. Bruto didn't. This is translated from Spanish, I guess. Bruto didn't even learn to write. Instead of mother's milk, he sucked on coconuts, and the most educated thing he heard were chimpanzees. You should have shown him the finger, Orlando Gill. I do it in the Senate and nothing happens.
Jesus Christ.
That's like one of those racist things I've read in a while.
What the fuck?
He said that he didn't suck on mother's milk, he sucked on coconuts, and the most educated thing he heard were chimpanzees. And he didn't learn how to write.
Is this lady French?
No, she's from Paraguay.
Oh, yeah, you said Paraguay. I was going to say, French people are sometimes assholes to each other.
No,
so I was about to be like, I'll give her the write-off if she's also French.
No, she's from Paraguay. Upset.
Maybe not the write-off. That was a bad word, but
she's from Paraguay.
Regardless,
she's upset that Mbappé beat her.
Damn,
that's like one of the most racist things I've heard in a while. And she was on a rampage, bro. Here's the other one. Colonized Cameroonian, pretending hard to be French, resentful, newly rich, arrogant, and ugly. He was nervous and scared to death the whole match, like his entire team. They couldn't even score a goal. They won by a fluke. The only thing many of us demanded of the Albiroja is not to have slapped him open-handed after the match ended. And that's despite not being a soccer fan.
What the fuck?
She was really upset. Like
that's a lot of hate in your heart.
Bro, yeah, she went to lengths to be racist that I have not seen before. Other countries' racism is crazy. Like She didn't say he's a monkey. She said the most intelligent thing he ever heard growing up was chimpanzees.
That's crazy.
She said that they should have slapped him and given him the finger. And what's crazy, low key, is like, I hope that we're not on here Wednesday talking about how our president responded to losing to Belgium, because that's shit that I could hear him saying. This motherfucker talking about, I do it all the time in the Senate and nothing happens. I'm like, yo, that lady, bro. So the depths of like poeticism to give to her racism, and then the next one is just like, he's ugly, he just got money, he a bitch ass nigga. Like, bro, oh my goodness, racist as fuck, all because you lost in soccer. And she followed up with, I'm not even a soccer fan. She's like, I'm so mad that this fucking baboon just beat us in soccer that I'm about to let everyone know.
I didn't realize. I go ahead.
You were just saying you didn't realize this happened?
No, go ahead. Finish what you're going to say first.
I was going to read Mbappe's response. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was. Now it's over. Fuck. I was going to say, my friends texted me the same thing that she just tweeted about you after you beat him in golf this weekend. All my white friends are like, this motherfucker.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. I'm obviously kidding.
Bro, that was...
They loved you.
Her shit was so racist. I saw it on Twitter at first, not from her. I saw like a quote, and I was like, this has to be fake. And I went to the comments waiting for someone to say it was fake, and it wasn't. So I was like, wait. So I looked it up. I had to cross-check this shit. It was on Yahoo Sports. It was on ESPN. I was like, what the hell? It was another level.
You're like, no, this is legit.
I was like, whoa. And so I found Mbappé responded, and let me read this response. So all due disrespect to her, and we're going to all due respect to Mbappé. He said, Madam Celeste Amarilla, you are a despicable woman and unworthy of your position. You do not represent Paraguay, that country which has sweated passion and honor throughout the competition. Through your recklessness and your brazen racism, the entire world has already forgotten the journey and the historic effort that your players accomplished during this World Cup, making way for an incompetent woman who gives the worst possible image of her country. I will never allow people like her the freedom to spread their hatred and racism across the world.
Whew.
That's, bro, that is how you respond to some shit like that. I love, and this is where I was saying, like, it's funny that I was making these jokes before about, like, him and Wemby being the same, you know what I mean? And then a response like that is something that, like, it seems very Wemby-ish in the way that Wemby is very thoughtful with his answers, and, like, shit means a lot to him. Like I said, that's kind of up there with, like, that burden of emotions quote from him. But
yeah, passionate, man. Very passionate.
What I really like about his response was it was kind of a three-pronged thing. He said, first of all, he directly hit her with it. Hit her with the respectful, hey, Madam Celeste. You know what I mean? And said, hey, fugly bitch. Heard you were talking shit. He said, you were a despicable, vile woman. Like, he went straight at her, which,
yeah,
all the power to you.
But with no hate speech, though, just like, I mean, I guess it was hateful words, but it wasn't like hate speech. It wasn't like digging at her.
He used some adjectives to describe her, but it's not like he called her a bitch.
Right. There's a difference in making fun of a person's traits that they've shown you, like that they can control, and then making fun of things that somebody's born with and creating stereotypes out of that.
But what I like about it is not just the fact that he, like, okay, he went at her, perfect. Then also, he didn't allow her actions. Like, he stuck up for Paraguay, which he has no necessarily call to do. He basically said, like, first of all, the way that you're acting, you're not worthy of your position. But what I'm not going to allow you to do is make Paraguay look like everyone is full of these kinds of people, because you don't represent them. They are so much better than this, from my experience talking to people from Paraguay. And it was like that defense of their country was a very beautiful thing that you didn't have to do. And thirdly, he said, and not in different words, but he's basically like, And aside from, your racism, aside from the people of Paraguay not deserving this, what you're bringing on them, let's not forget about the acts of hard work and dedication that the Paraguay team that I just beat, how they got here. Because you're going to overshadow all of their success of making it this far by with what you just did. And let's not do that. Let's focus on the Paraguay team. And that, I think, is like, bro, what a brilliant response. Like, you talked about her, talked about the country, and you talked about the team. And you said, let's not lose sight of what this is because of what she's got going on over here. Beautiful response.
Good on him.
Very, I mean, I'm not sure if he wrote it, if he had some help writing it or what, but I mean, it came from him, from his account. And it's like, it was a very emotionally mature response. Because if I was Kylian Mbappé, and I just beat your team, and your ugly ass is on Twitter talking about me.
Oh, we know what you'd say.
I can promise you. It wouldn't have been that. So
yeah, there's a lot of PR trading going on there. No.
I have a lot of respect for him in the way that he handled that. And for a player that I already really liked, something like that adds a lot more to that. You know what I mean? Especially given, like,
absolutely,
there's a lot of legends involved. Like Neymar just lost and he retired. He's gone now. I mean, you've got like other legends. You got like Ronaldo, who just lost as well. And I'm not gonna go too deep into this. If you've heard about them or you want to look them up, he's got some pretty crazy allegations against him. Messi is plays for Argentina. Argentina has some terrible, terrible country history, with brown people and taking in like Nazis after the war, stuff like that. It's a lot of. So I mean, you look at Messi, you look at Ronaldo. That's what they got going on and where they're from. And then here you have Kylian Mbappe. Like, yeah, I'm going to represent France respectfully and also not allow you to tear down this other country over here that we just beat. I know who I'm rooting for. I know who I'm rooting for to win this fucking World Cup. I'll tell you that.
I respect the shit out of that, honestly. Yeah, that's. Go ahead.
I was just going to say
that's commendable.
Yeah, no shade to Messi himself. I don't know very much about Messi at all. I'm talking about his country. Country got some.
Oh, for sure.
As most countries do, but there's a little bit more recent.
No, honestly, I don't know if you watched any Ted Lasso or any of our viewers have, but there was a character in that had to go through kind of some political battles with his home country, right? And kind of the way he handled that kind of reminds me of him. But is like, I'm not gonna let you not like say that without a response. Like, I'm not gonna go quietly in the night here, but I'm also not gonna stoop to your level in this, in that sense. And a player like that, like just happened. You're gonna make a fan out of people that maybe had no right rooting for you, maybe never would have even seen you play, right? Like, I mean, because, like me as a guy who's like, I just watched USA, I'm hearing this. And it's like that time that you were laying out some of the bad shit that like people were saying about the Browns. And I'm like, you know what? This just makes me want to root for the Browns now. Like, I'm hopping on that bandwagon. Like, I'm a Shador fan. I've been a Shador fan since he got to Colorado and Deion, well, really at Jackson State. But anyhow, yeah, it's just like, it's one of those things of like, you hear this story and you're like, as a sports fan, now I'm like, it's that domino effect of like, okay, now I want to root for France. I want to pull for them now. If he's, and I don't know, not that I didn't think he was good before. And like, he's the kind of the face of the Premier League right now, I think too. So like, or whatever league he's in, he's the face of. I know every time I get a soccer game, when it goes on sale, he's like one of the first faces on, either on the cover or in the home screen, or so clearly he's a worldwide soccer name. But yeah, I mean, yeah, hard not to root for a guy like Mbappe after all that, when you hear all that.
Yeah, man, like I constantly reminded myself with. I feel like I don't follow a ton of celebrities like that, like regular celebrities. Obviously, watching sports, I feel like you start following. You follow an athlete for 10 years. It's like, all right, you're a fan. You know a lot of stuff about them. And I try to remind myself, like, we don't know these people. Let's not put people on a pedestal. Like, everyone's human and
Sure.
stuff like that. But when you have certain things happen like that, like I said, the Wemby's response about the emotions, this thing by Mbappe. It's part of the reason I'm a big LeBron fan. Like, I've liked a lot of what LeBron has done off the court too, aside from the stuff on the court. And it's just, yeah, when you see people move in a certain way, that it's like there's nothing else that I can do other than respect you for that. Like, yeah, because if he, like I said, if he had just, yeah, he got on there and just cussed her out or whatever, dropped a video talking about her, like, you would have been fully within your right to do so. But when you do something like this, like, that's an actual role model. You know what I mean? That's something that kids should be looking up to, as someone like this that's showing you, hey, people are gonna say things about you. You're in control of how you handle that when that happens, and what you want to do with that. And instead of just taking the time to just get into a war with this lady online, it was, let me address her, but also highlight your country and your players. Just beautiful, man. Like you said, makes it very easy to root for somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
like I said, over on my side, I'm full on France right now.
All right. I'm with you. I'm rocking with you. I'm putting in the future bet tonight. I'll do it, actually.
we getting on the Mbappé train.
Yep. I'm pulling for France now.
All right. Anything else, or?
I got an
yeah,
all due.
you're all due disrespect. Yeah.
I got an all due I got an all due respect first. I'm gonna get on some wholesome shit real quick. Hopefully, I don't fucking cry in front of the internet. But
Okay.
and then I got an all due disrespect as well, if not two. But we'll see how the first one goes. All due disrespect. The only downside of this weekend was the Airbnb itself that we stayed at, with the broken door, broken fridge, broken door wall that falls off the goddamn track every time you open and close it. And the guy had to come out 3 times in the first 24 hours to come and like fix shit, and then never fixed the door the whole time we were there.
Brother, I showed up because it was like just your wedding party on the first day, and then everyone else on the next 2 days.
Yeah.
I showed up in the morning on that second day and walked in, and after everyone was like, "Hi, I'm so and so, nice to meet you," they were like, "Yeah, all right, don't touch the fucking refrigerator, don't touch the oven, don't touch the door over there."
That's right, the oven. I forgot about the oven.
Like, holy shit, I've been here for 3 minutes. Then they were like, "All right, Tony, come over here. All right, break down for this nigga all the things that you can't." I was like, holy shit. Where the fuck are we staying? And they didn't have fireworks?
Hey, yeah, and there's no fireworks. And people are taking pictures of us. And, like, what the fuck is going on out here in Ann Arbor, bro? We're like the least rambunctious, well, not the least rambunctious bachelor party, but we're a pretty chill bachelor party. Like, we're just a couple of dudes hanging out, playing cornhole.
Okay.
I mean, we got pretty crazy.
Sure, Kyle.
Shit got
hey, look,
wild.
if that's the story that you want to tell, then
you can tell the internet whatever you want, bro. It was a fun time.
Oh, not that we didn't play cornhole in the rush, just that we weren't rambunctious. That's all right.
No, I know. What?
Sure.
What was? I mean,
you're right. We were
wrestling in the front yard. Literally, we're going folk style in the front yard. At 11 p.m. on a Friday.
Jared body slammed you on the concrete in the garage.
I know. That hurt so bad. I don't know how I played golf that next day.
This is the first time I've ever played 18 holes in my life. I've always been just 9. And I played 18 holes on back-to-back days.
You played 36.
That's a lot of golf.
All due respect to you, good sir. My true and through all due respect of the week, it goes to both Tony and Jared. Tony, freaking party planner. I told him he needs to start a second business where he just plans bachelor parties because he handled he was up first every day, cleaning the house, making sure shit was uptight, making sure the plans were upright, making sure everybody was getting out the house on time, making breakfast, bro. And he was up late with us every night too. Like he was up until 4 and he was the first one up every fucking day. I love all of you guys who showed up. Those two motherfuckers really showed out. Jared had to deal with a whole lot of bullshit, and Tony had to deal with a whole lot of other different kind of bullshit. And I mean, they both handled that shit so well. So kudos to both of them. Thank you guys so much. I love you both to the moon and back.
Super shout out to Tony and Jared. They absolutely killed it.
Yeah, I mean that dude doing an actual draft to pick our teams for the last golf tournament of the weekend was the coolest thing.
As soon as I said that to you, you got so excited. I was like, bro. Do a draft, and you were like, "Oh," and then you
yeah, I know.
And then you lost.
Yeah, I got fucked with my order. I had to pick last. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're the best." I'm like, "Well, what about Jason?" They're like, "Oh, you're way more consistent, though." And I'm like, "Well,
back picks, huh?
I did. You're right. Like I said." Anyways, yeah, honestly, yeah, that's a good way to close it. I don't gotta talk about internet people. That was my other one, but I mean, yeah, everybody just do better in life. Take care of your friends because you could learn something from mine. I had fucking 12 good ones around me for 4 days. Your rage, I'm talking about your friend. I know this ain't going anywhere, but that's
shit,
that's
how you gonna say something and say it?
All right, fuck it. All right. Internet personality, your age, former phase member, gone core member, I believe. I think he's a part of like the thing with like Adapt and Jason the Ween and Stable Ronaldo where they left phase.
Never heard any of these names before in my life.
He just found out Toph somewhere like nodding his head. And he just found out that his best friend has been stealing from him for the last like year and a half. Best friend of 25 years. Been just like taking money out of his bank account, putting it in his own, and then selling Instagram hoes and like simping on some stupid shit and like sending them videos of him crying and like being like, "I want you back so much. How much more do I need to send?" And then he'll go get it and he'll go send it. And basically taking like maximum on the ATM every day. And like he didn't find out till his accountant calls him and is like, "Yo, I keep replenishing your personal account. I just want to make sure you're not using the wrong card because I want you to be using your business account on this stuff and this and pulling this much cash." And he was basically like, "I keep replenishing it, but like it just keeps going in the red." And come to find out, homeboy was just fucking around on him and absolutely, yeah, betraying his trust. And I just want to, nothing against your age. Like, I should say couldn't be me. I want to say couldn't be me, right? Well, but I've never had 10 mil in the bank. Yeah. So I don't know what, I know Tony ain't switching up. I know that ain't happening, but like, surround yourself with better people, bro. Make sure you trust who's around you. You know what I mean? Like, I know, I'm just saying, look, okay, you're right. But
you saying all I'm saying to that is because
you're right. No, you're right.
Disrespect is to the friend. This guy,
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know who's gonna do it. Lots of people who get taken advantage of it. Everyone I said a friend, and we're not rich, that has taken advantage of us. Like someone like that, like
that's
you think
true.
That you're doing well for the homies, and they fucked you over. We shouldn't be focusing on the guy that it happened to. That motherfucker probably devastated. We should be focusing on the other guy who I don't know which one of those two things is worse. Do we think it's worse to be stealing from your fucking friend, Or is it worse to be using all the fucking money you got simping for Instagram hoes? Those are both egregious.
That's a double
I might be able to
whammy.
forgive the stealing. I wouldn't trust you anymore. But I might be able to forgive that. I can't forgive you took all that money and gave it on hoes that you weren't even with.
The best cherry on top of this whole situation too is like, I guess maybe not cherry on top, but the one like kind of get back that Rage got back was he had a video recording his friend, making him explain everything. And his friend, you could see just like down the side of his face, had just been like definitely punched a couple times.
Yeah, there's no way that we could be filming that video because you wouldn't be presentable to the camera after I found out about that.
It's like blurred in some of the videos that you see. Like you can see some uncensored, but like YouTube and all that, most reaction videos at this point are censoring, like, because he beat the fuck out of him before they went up for the apology, which understandably so. Like, I mean, yeah, I you're right. I shouldn't be saying surround yourself with better friends. I should say, like, I don't know. I should say at the end of all due disrespect to his shitty friend, I am so glad that I was able to be around all of you guys, and I had my fucking wallet out, sitting on the table the whole weekend, and there was never a stress of like, who's gonna go be pocket watching, who's gonna, like.
Well, yeah, I just took my money from you via your
hand. You took it legally. Yeah,
after
you fucker.
Lost some beer pong.
Yeah, let's keep talking about it. At least I won in golf before you were there. I wish I needed to beat you. God, I didn't realize this was gonna come back and bite me this bad. Now you're gonna have this forever.
Hey, look, we're gonna find the halfway point. We're gonna pull up in Kalamazoo. We're gonna go.
You know what? No, now I have another all due disrespect. All due disrespect to Jared for stealing you from me, knowing I wanted you. I literally discussed how I wanted you on my team, no matter who else was on my team.
You should have picked me then.
Look, I had some tampering take place where I had made a promise prior to the draft even being an idea.
Where I told them, 4, Kyle, you wanted me to go as the last pick in the draft just so I could be on your team?
I wasn't expecting Jason. I wasn't expecting Jason to pick Peter, who's never golfed in his life.
Yeah, that's what happens with homies. He picked a guy that was terrible as his first pick in the draft.
And almost won.
And yet,
I still almost won too.
Jared,
I still only lost to you by 1, so let's not get that twisted.
Okay, and 1 in golf is kind of a big deal over 18 holes, Buster. Right. Hey, look, Jared saw my value. Jared said, I need him.
You're right. I missed out.
You said you should have been the last pick in the draft just so I could have. You should have picked me.
Yeah, 100%. You should have been Mr. Irrelevant so you can prove everyone wrong.
I went into that draft fully expecting.
I talked you down. I talked you down the whole day, the day prior. No, I'm kidding.
All right.
No, I probably talked you up too much.
Late entry.
Hey, Toph, take us out of here. Oh, wait.
If you're rocking with us, thank you for
thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been a fun episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. We everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends. Tell your friend's mom after you get done leaving. Tell Kyle and all his bachelor friends.
Hell yeah.
And tell
Let's
everybody
go into the group chat
that I beat Kyle in golf. Later, we out. Peace.